Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we are uncovering one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the United States of America 5-cent coin from 1943, minted in Philadelphia. This coin is not just a piece of currency, but a true historical treasure, born during one of the most dramatic times in the 20th century. And if you're a collector, you are going to want to hear every detail of this story. The year 1943 was a turning point for the United States and the world. America was in the middle of World War II, and every industry, including coin production, was affected by the war effort. Nickel, which was normally used to produce 5-cent coins, became a critical material for military weapons and machinery, forcing the United States Mint to make a historic decision. The 5-cent coin would be made from a special wartime alloy of silver, manganese, and copper instead. This decision instantly made the 1943 coins unique, turning ordinary pocket change into a remarkable historical artifact. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of these coins. But what makes the Philadelphia issue so fascinating is the large mint mark above Monticello on the reverse. This bold feature was designed during the war to easily identify coins that could be melted down after the war if needed, yet many survived, and today this mint mark acts as a badge of authenticity that collectors immediately recognize. The placement of the mint mark, unusual for its time, adds a layer of historical intrigue and gives the coin a distinctive personality. The design itself tells a story of American pride and artistry. On the obverse, Thomas Jefferson's likeness is depicted with fine detail, showing a statesman known for his vision and leadership. On the reverse, Monticello, Jefferson's iconic estate, stands proudly, symbolizing both history and resilience. The craftsmanship of these coins, even under the pressures of wartime production, reflects the care and artistry that went into American coinage, making every surviving example a miniature piece of history to be treasured. But what truly makes the 1943 Philadelphia 5-cent coin legendary are the rare minting errors that occurred during production. Because the mint was operating under immense pressure to meet wartime demand, mistakes like doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and alloy inconsistencies slipped through the process. Each error created a one-of-a-kind coin, transforming a common 5-cent piece into a highly sought-after collector's gem. Some of the most intriguing examples include coins where the doubling of the date or lettering is dramatic, almost like a mirror image, or coins with unusual textures caused by improper mixing of the alloy. These imperfections, far from reducing the coin's value, actually make it exponentially more desirable, as collectors prize uniqueness and rarity above all else. Coins like these are the holy grails of numismatics, and finding one in near-perfect condition is the dream of every serious collector. Condition is key to understanding the value of this coin. Many of these wartime coins were heavily circulated, passing from hand to hand during a tumultuous era, which means that pristine examples are extremely rare. Coins that have retained their original luster, sharp details, and clear mint marks without wear are incredibly valuable. When such a coin also happens to have a significant minting error, its value can jump dramatically, making it a true treasure in the eyes of collectors, beyond its monetary worth. The 1943 silver 5-cent coin represents a fascinating chapter of history. It tells the story of a nation under pressure, adapting to extraordinary circumstances, and creating coins that are not only currency, but symbols of ingenuity and resilience. Collectors aren't just buying a coin, they're holding a piece of World War II history, a tangible link to a past that shaped the world we live in today. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, the ultimate reveal. While most examples of this coin trade for much smaller amounts, an extraordinarily rare 1943 Philadelphia 5-cent coin, in pristine condition and featuring legendary minting errors, has been valued at an astonishing $290,000. This incredible figure highlights just how powerful history, rarity, and condition can be when combined in a single, tiny coin. Second rare coin, We are diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the United States 5-cent coin from 1964, minted in Denver. This coin might seem ordinary at first glance, but for collectors, it represents a remarkable era in American coinage and holds secrets that make it highly desirable and incredibly valuable. So listen carefully and enjoy every detail of this story. 1964 was a pivotal year in United States history, a time when the nation was experiencing social, economic, and political changes that would shape the decades to come. The Kennedy administration was leaving a lasting impact, the civil rights movement was gaining momentum, and the Cold War was influencing every aspect of daily life. Amidst all this, the Denver Mint struck millions of 5-cent coins, yet hidden within this seemingly common coin lies a story of rarity and value that continues to excite collectors around the world. The 1964 D nickel is part of the Jefferson series, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse, a design beloved by coin enthusiasts for its classic elegance and historical significance. But what makes the Denver minted version stand out is not just the design, but the details in its production and the errors that occasionally occurred during striking. Every subtle variation, every unexpected anomaly, has the potential to transform an ordinary coin into a collector's treasure. During this period, the United States Mint was operating under a high demand for coins due to economic growth and daily circulation needs, and the pressure sometimes led to minting mistakes. Double dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, and planchet imperfections were more common than many realize, and it is precisely these errors that make certain 1964 Denver nickels exceptionally rare and sought after by collectors. Coins with these anomalies carry stories that cannot be duplicated and make them highly valuable in the numismatic market. One of the most famous errors for the 1964 D nickel involves the repunched mint mark, known as RPM, where the D of Denver was struck more than once in slightly different positions. Collectors prize these coins because they are literally one-of-a-kind pieces of mint history, capturing a mistake that would have gone unnoticed by everyday users but becomes a goldmine for anyone who studies coins closely. The thrill of discovering a repunched mint mark coin is something that drives collectors to search old collections, change rolls at banks, and attend coin shows with a meticulous eye for detail. Another captivating feature of the 1964 D nickel is the die doubling error that occasionally occurs, making the date, lettering, or parts of Monticello appear slightly shifted or layered. These double die coins are visually striking and instantly recognizable to trained collectors, and because only a limited number were produced, they are highly rare and can command significant attention in auctions. A coin in excellent condition with such an error is often considered the crown jewel of a Jefferson nickel collection and a story piece that collectors love to showcase. Condition plays an enormous role in the value of this coin. While millions were struck for circulation, most coins were heavily used, losing luster and detail over the years. Pristine coins that retain original sharpness and brilliance are extremely hard to find, making them the ultimate target for collectors. Coins graded by professional services with top marks are the ones that attract serious collectors and investors, as they combine rarity, history, and condition into a single, highly desirable piece of metal. Beyond the technical and historical aspects, the 1964 Denver nickel holds emotional and cultural significance. It is a coin that traveled through the hands of everyday Americans during a transformative era, carrying the weight of history, from lunch counters to pocketbooks, reflecting both the everyday life and the grand sweep of history in one small object. For collectors, owning one of these coins is like holding a tangible piece of the past, a miniature connection to a moment in time that can never be recreated. Collectors also pay attention to subtle details like the sharpness of Jefferson's profile, the clarity of the steps of Monticello, and the placement of the mint mark. Even small imperfections, such as tiny scratches or slight discolorations, can drastically affect the value, which is why only coins in top condition with notable errors achieve extraordinary prices. Each coin tells a story, not just of minting and circulation, but of careful preservation, historical context, and the lucky few who happened to save them through the decades. Now, for the moment every collector dreams about, the ultimate reveal. While most 1964 D nickels trade for modest sums, an extraordinary specimen with perfect condition, notable minting errors, and exceptional historical significance has reached an astonishing value of $170,000. This incredible number demonstrates the power of rarity, history, and preservation, proving that even a small 5-cent coin can become a priceless treasure in the right hands. Third expensive coin, we are exploring a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the United States 5-cent coin from 1975, minted in Denver. This coin might look ordinary at first glance, but for collectors, it holds a story that blends history, rarity, and incredible value, so listen carefully and enjoy every detail of this remarkable treasure. 1975 was a transformative time in the United States, a period marked by economic change, cultural shifts, and technological advancements. The country was recovering from the Vietnam War, adjusting to a new economic reality, and witnessing major movements in music, politics, and society. During this period, the United States Mint was producing millions of coins for everyday circulation, but hidden among these ordinary coins are examples that have become some of the most sought-after 5-cent coins for collectors around the world. The 1975 D nickel is part of the Jefferson series, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. While this design had been in circulation for decades, subtle details in the strike, mint mark, and production process make certain coins from this year exceptionally rare. The Denver minted coin is particularly notable for the placement and style of the D mint mark, which plays a crucial role in identifying rare errors that collectors prize above all else. During the mid-1970s, the mint was under pressure to produce coins at high speed, which occasionally led to mistakes. Some of the most fascinating errors include double dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, and planchet imperfections. These errors are what transform a seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin into a highly desirable collector's item. Coins with these anomalies are one-of-a-kind pieces that hold both historical and financial value, making them irresistible to collectors who love the thrill of discovery. One of the most famous types of error for the 1975 D nickel involves repunched mint marks, where the D appears more than once, slightly shifted or layered. Coins with this type of error are extremely rare, and their uniqueness makes them stand out in any collection. For collectors, discovering a repunched mint mark coin is like finding a hidden treasure in a sea of ordinary coins, and it can instantly elevate the coin's value from mere pocket change to a highly sought-after artifact. Double dies are another captivating feature found in some 1975 D nickels, causing parts of the date, lettering, or even Monticello's steps to appear doubled or slightly offset. These coins are visually striking and immediately draw the attention of collectors and auctioneers alike. Because only a limited number were produced, coins with such errors are extremely rare, and when preserved in high-grade condition, they become the ultimate centerpiece for a Jefferson nickel collection. Condition is a key factor in determining the value of the 1975 Denver nickel. Millions were produced for circulation, meaning most coins were handled heavily and lost their original sharpness and luster. Coins that retain their brilliance, crisp details, and clear mint marks are incredibly difficult to find, making them the most valuable and desirable in the market. Professional grading services play a huge role in authenticating these coins and ensuring that only the finest examples are recognized and sold at top prices. Beyond rarity and minting errors, the 1975 D nickel also holds historical significance. It represents a slice of everyday American life during a period of transformation, when small coins carried the weight of the economy in the pockets of millions. Each coin passed from hand to hand, witnessing the social changes, economic shifts, and cultural developments of the time. For collectors, owning such a coin is like holding a tangible piece of history, a small but powerful connection to the past that cannot be replicated. Even subtle details, like the sharpness of Jefferson's profile, The clarity of Monticello's architectural lines and the exact placement of the mint mark can make a significant difference in the coin's value. Coins with pristine surfaces, minimal wear, and noticeable minting anomalies are the ones that attract the attention of serious collectors and investors. These coins are not just currency, they are miniature works of art, historical artifacts, and highly prized collector's items all at once. Now, for the moment that every collector dreams of, the ultimate value reveal. While most 1975 D nickels trade for modest amounts, an extraordinarily rare specimen with exceptional condition, unique minting errors, and incredible preservation has been valued at an astonishing $90,000. This remarkable figure demonstrates how history, rarity, condition, and minting quirks can come together to turn a small 5-cent coin into a priceless treasure in the world of numismatics. Especially, we are diving into a remarkable piece of American numismatic history, the United States 5-cent coin from 1997, minted in Philadelphia. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary coin, but for collectors, it holds a fascinating story of rarity, unique minting quirks, and surprising value, so listen carefully and enjoy every detail of this extraordinary treasure. The year 1997 was a period of growth and transition in the United States, a time when technology, culture, and the economy were all moving at a rapid pace. The Jefferson nickel was already a familiar sight in pockets across the country, but coins produced in this year have captured the attention of collectors for their unusual errors and limited high-grade examples that rarely come to market. For anyone interested in coins, this seemingly ordinary nickel is a hidden gem worth exploring in depth. On the obverse, this coin features Thomas Jefferson, depicted in a classic profile that has graced the nickel since 1938. While the reverse proudly displays Monticello, Jefferson's iconic home. But what makes the 1997 Philadelphia coin so intriguing is not just its design, but the subtle production quirks and errors that make certain examples exceptionally rare and highly valuable. Even small differences in minting can transform an everyday coin into a collector's dream. During this period, the Philadelphia Mint was producing coins in enormous quantities to meet daily circulation needs, and while quality control was high, mistakes occasionally slipped through the process. Some of the most interesting errors include double dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, and even slight planchet imperfections. Each error produces a coin that is one of a kind, instantly catching the attention of collectors who are always on the hunt for unique and valuable pieces. One of the most fascinating errors associated with the 1997 P nickel involves the double die, where the date or lettering appears to have been struck twice. This creates a shadow effect that can be clearly seen to the naked eye or under magnification. Coins with this type of error are extremely rare, and for collectors, finding one is like discovering a hidden treasure that transforms an ordinary coin into a historically significant and financially valuable artifact. Repunched mint marks are another type of error that can occur on this coin, where the P from Philadelphia appears to have been struck more than once, slightly offset. These anomalies make a coin incredibly unique because they represent a production mistake that was never meant to leave the mint. Collectors value these examples immensely because no two repunched mint marks are exactly alike, and each coin tells a story of the minting process, attention to detail, and the tiny variations that can make a coin rare. This condition is a critical factor in the value of this coin. Millions were produced in 1997, meaning most circulated heavily and lost some of their original luster and detail. Coins that retain sharp design features, clear lettering, and minimal wear are extremely rare, especially those with notable minting errors. A high-grade example, perfectly preserved, can transform a common coin into a centerpiece for a collector's Jefferson nickel collection. Beyond errors and condition, the 1997 P nickel also has historical and cultural significance. It represents a period when the United States was transitioning into the digital age, balancing tradition with innovation, while still producing coins with the craftsmanship and artistry that collectors appreciate. Owning one of these coins is like holding a small, tangible piece of late 20th century American history, connecting you to the era in a way that goes far beyond its monetary value. Even the smallest details, such as the sharpness of Jefferson's profile, the clarity of Monticello's lines, and the exact placement of the mint mark, are important to collectors. Coins that exhibit perfection in these areas, combined with a rare error or anomaly, are the ones that attract the most attention at auctions and among serious collectors. Each coin tells a story not only of minting and circulation, but also of preservation, rarity, and the thrill of discovery. Now, for the moment every collector dreams about, the ultimate reveal. While most 1997 p nickels trade for modest amounts, an extraordinarily rare specimen with exceptional condition, significant minting errors, and flawless preservation has been valued at an astonishing $50,000. This incredible figure demonstrates how rarity, historical context, and minting anomalies can come together to transform a simple 5-cent coin into a highly prized treasure in the world of numismatics. Next coin, we are uncovering one of the most fascinating and sought-after coins in American numismatic history, the United States 5-cent coin from 1987, minted in Denver. While at first glance it may seem like an everyday coin, for collectors, this nickel holds an intriguing story of rarity, minting errors, and historical significance, so listen carefully and enjoy every detail of this extraordinary coin. The year 1987 was a dynamic period in American history, marked by economic growth, technological advancements, and cultural change. The Jefferson nickel was already a familiar sight in wallets and cash registers, but coins produced in this year have captured the attention of collectors for unique minting quirks and limited high-grade examples that rarely survive circulation. For anyone passionate about coins, the 1987 D nickel is a hidden gem full of surprises and collector value. On the obverse, this coin features Thomas Jefferson in his classic profile, a design that has been a symbol of leadership and intellect since 1938, while the reverse showcases Monticello, Jefferson's iconic estate. But what makes the 1987 D coin especially intriguing is not just its design, but the rare production errors that occurred at the Denver Mint, making certain examples extraordinarily valuable and highly sought after by collectors. During this period, the United States Mint was producing coins at high volume to meet daily circulation demands, and despite quality control measures, mistakes occasionally occurred. Some of the most captivating errors include double dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, and planchet imperfections. Each error creates a unique, one-of-a-kind coin, turning what might appear to be an ordinary nickel into a collector's treasure with historical and financial value. One of the most notable errors for the 1987 D nickel involves double dies, where parts of the date, lettering, or even Monticello appear slightly doubled or shadowed. Coins with this type of error are extremely rare, and for collectors, discovering one is like unearthing a hidden gem that transforms an everyday coin into a historically significant and highly valuable artifact. Repunched mint marks are another type of error that significantly increases the desirability of this coin, where the D for Denver appears more than once in slightly different positions. Collectors value these coins immensely because they represent a unique production mistake that cannot be replicated. Every repunched mint mark is slightly different, making each coin truly one of a kind and highly prized by numismatists who study and collect them. Condition is crucial when determining the value of the 1987 D nickel. Millions were produced in 1987, meaning most circulated heavily and lost some of their original sharpness, luster, and detail. Coins that retain crisp details, brilliant surfaces, and clear mint marks are extremely rare and can dramatically increase in value, especially when combined with a notable minting error. A high-grade example can become the centerpiece of a Jefferson nickel collection and a prized possession for any serious collector. Beyond minting errors and condition, the 1987 D nickel carries historical and cultural significance. It represents a moment in late 20th century America, a time of change, growth, and innovation. Holding one of these coins is like holding a small piece of history, a tangible connection to an era when the United States was balancing tradition with progress, and everyday coins carried more than monetary value. They carried the story of a nation. Collectors also pay attention to the smallest details, from the sharpness of Jefferson's profile to the clarity of Monticello's architectural lines and the exact placement of the Denver mint mark. Coins that preserve these details perfectly, especially when combined with rare errors, attract serious attention in the numismatic market. These coins are not just currency. They are miniature works of art, historical artifacts, and prized collector items all in one. Now, for the moment that every collector dreams about, the ultimate reveal. While most 1987 D nickels trade for modest amounts, an extraordinarily rare specimen with exceptional condition, remarkable minting errors, and flawless preservation has been valued at an astonishing $80,000. This incredible number demonstrates how rarity, history, and minting anomalies can come together to turn a simple 5-cent coin into a priceless treasure in the world of numismatics. Last unique coin, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and collectible coins in American numismatic history, the United States 5-cent coin from 1971, minted in Denver. At first glance, this coin may seem ordinary, but for collectors, it is a rare gem with an incredible story of minting errors, historical significance, and surprising value. So listen carefully and enjoy every fascinating detail of this remarkable piece. The year 1971 was a pivotal time in American history, a period marked by political, economic, and social change. The country was navigating the aftermath of the Vietnam War, facing shifts in its economy and experiencing cultural revolutions that would shape generations. In the midst of all this, the United States Mint was producing coins for daily circulation, including the Jefferson nickel, which had been in continuous production since 1938. While millions of coins were struck, the 1971 D nickel has become particularly sought after due to unique errors and rarity that make it a treasure for collectors. The obverse of the 1971 D nickel features Thomas Jefferson in his classic profile, a symbol of wisdom, leadership, and innovation, while the reverse proudly showcases Monticello, Jefferson's iconic estate. While the design may seem familiar, what sets the 1971 D apart is the combination of production quirks and minting errors that occasionally appear, transforming an otherwise common coin into a highly collectible and valuable item. During the early 70s, the Denver Mint was under pressure to strike large numbers of coins for circulation, and while quality control was strong, mistakes sometimes slipped through. Some of the most intriguing errors include double dies, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, and planchet imperfections. Each of these errors creates a unique coin, a one-of-a-kind artifact that collectors treasure for its rarity and historical significance. One of the most fascinating errors for the 1971 D nickel involves the repunched mint mark, where the D for Denver appears more than once in slightly shifted positions. Coins with this type of mint mark error are exceptionally rare, and they immediately capture the attention of collectors. Each repunched mint mark is unique, making every affected coin a small but significant piece of numismatic history that can dramatically increase its value. Double dies are another highly prized feature of the 1971 D nickel, where parts of the date, lettering, or Monticello appear doubled or slightly offset. These coins are visually striking and instantly recognizable to seasoned collectors. Because only a limited number were produced, they are extremely rare, and when combined with high-grade preservation, they become a centerpiece for any Jefferson nickel collection. Condition is a critical factor in valuing this coin. Millions of 1971 D nickels were circulated, meaning most have lost their original sharpness, detail, and luster. Coins that retain crisp design features, brilliant surfaces, and clear mint marks are extremely difficult to find. A high-grade example with a rare minting error not only captures historical importance, but also becomes a highly desirable collector's item that can attract serious attention in auctions. The 1971 Denver nickel also has cultural and historical significance beyond its errors. It represents an era of American resilience and change, a coin that passed through countless hands during a dynamic period in history. Each coin carries the story of its time, from pocket to pocket, capturing the essence of everyday American life in the early 70s. For collectors, owning one of these coins is like holding a small, tangible piece of history that cannot be recreated. Even subtle details such as the sharpness of Jefferson's profile, the clarity of Monticello's steps, and the placement of the Denver mint mark are crucial to collectors. Coins that preserve these features perfectly, especially when combined with rare minting errors, are the ones that achieve the highest value and recognition in the numismatic community. Each coin tells a story not only of minting and circulation, but also of careful preservation and rarity. Now, for the moment that every collector dreams about, the ultimate reveal. While most 1971 D nickels trade for modest amounts, an extraordinarily rare specimen with exceptional condition, significant minting errors, and flawless preservation has been valued at an astonishing $98,000. This incredible figure demonstrates how rarity, historical significance, and minting anomalies can transform a simple 5-cent coin into one of the most sought-after treasures in the world of numismatics.